and good afternoon to you. Welcome to high school basketball action from the 2024 Quincy Shootout. And in the words of Bruce Buffer, we are live from Blue Devil Gymnasium and excited to be here with you on Central Illinois Sports. In this first contest, it's iSchool of Lewisville and Wasatch Academy in what is the first of an action-packed couple of days of basketball here at Blue Devil Gymnasium and also tonight at Quincy Notre Dame High School, which, by the way, if you're waiting around for that contest, well, it's going to be a little delayed. I think they're still waiting for Chicago Curie to show up, and they play the first game. So more to come on that if you're trying to watch that contest. Alongside my colleague Brian Shoemaker, I'm Charlie Hull, and this is the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. About 12 and a half minutes away from the tip-off of this contest. We'll talk more about the matchup after this.
Are you looking to streamline your banking? Great Rivers Bank has just what you need with our streamlined checking and savings accounts. Earn high interest rates or get cash back on debit card purchases with your qualifying account. Plus, ATM fee refunds. Certain qualifications required. Call or visit our website today at www.greatriversbank.bank to get started. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Grab the game while your kids are busy. You know, streaming, gaming, and homework. Now you can teach your kids the value of $1 by showing bundles with Cascom. Bundle telephone, internet, and TV. Bundle 2 for a double play or 3 for a triple play. Plus, save $20 a month for 3 months for a limited time. Then you can tell everyone how you help them with their math homework. Call Cascom about bundles today at 1-800-252-1799. Cascom at 1-800-252-1799.
Here at Little Jess, we value hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership. We have a respect for heritage and tradition and believe in the pursuit of building legacies, breaking records, and putting forth award-winning results. That's why supporting schools and local teams is one of our favorite and most exciting parts of our business. For over 7 decades, we strive daily to use those same values as a foundation to meet our community's automotive needs and support our future generations. Little Jess Motors, serving our community since 1969.
Kate Marable, real estate broker with Hometown Real Estate, would like to say good luck to all area teams and hopes everyone has a successful and healthy season. When you're in the market for a new home or would like to sell your home, be sure to call Kate Marable. Kate is a lifelong resident of the area and has experience in first-time home buyers, FHA, USDA, and VA loans. Call Kate Marable at 217-370-9809. That's 370-9809 for Kate Marable and Hometown Real Estate.
Back with you on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show from Blue Devil Gymnasium. Both teams out on the court warming up in preparation of this contest. iSchool of Lewisville and Wasatch Academy in this contest. Wasatch Academy 10-3 into this contest. iSchool Lewisville 5-10 on the season, but both teams are loaded with talent. And by loaded with talent, Brian Shoemaker, that's kind of the name of the game for this Quincy Shootout from year to year.
Well, let's discuss what's happening here, Charlie. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon here in the Central Time Zone, regardless of where you're watching us here across the country. And we are getting showcased with what I believe, according to the ESPN rankings, Charlie, is the number 14 team ranked in the nation in Wasatch Academy. That's a pretty good way to start off the day when you talk about a loaded weekend schedule like we've got here today.
Wasatch Academy 10-3. They've got, a little talent on the team. John Mobley Jr., 6-foot senior, signed with Ohio State. Chris Newley, the 6'7 junior, number 36 ranked player in his class. Offers from Ohio State, UCLA, Louisville, UCSD, and St. John's. Isaiah Harwell, the 6'6 junior, the number 7th ranked player by 247 Sports for the class of 2025. Offers from Gonzaga, Kansas, UNC, UCLA, Villanova, Texas, and Baylor. And Taj DeGorville, the 6'4 senior, who has signed with San Diego State University. For iSchool of Lewisville, David Awizi, the 6'9 junior, has offers from USC, Cal, and SLU. And also Jalen Lawwell, the 6'2 junior, has an offer from UC Riverside. So lots of talent. And even though there's guys on this team that maybe don't yet have offers or haven't yet committed yet, that doesn't mean you're still dealing with some pretty top-notch basketball players in this matchup.
There are a lot of these teams, Charlie, you're going to see over the weekend that if you continue to follow them in some capacity throughout the remainder of this season, you're going to see that there are Division I signees, Division II signees. There aren't many guys on the floor that you're going to see over the weekend that will not inevitably play some level of basketball after they graduate this coming next couple of years.
And they're playing basketball tonight at one of the best facilities in, I'm going to say, the land, at Blue Devil Gymnasium.
a huge gymnasium here. If you are not familiar with the facility, it's got a lower bowl seating with seating on all four sides, and you've got an upper balcony, Charlie. We have been here for some nights where this place gets loaded and packed. We expect to see that here later on as the host school Blue Devils are in action tonight and tomorrow night. And this place holds about, 3,500 people? And by gosh, it doesn't. It never fails to impress when this place gets locked and loaded with a big crowd.
Well, don't be surprised if tomorrow night you don't see a packed house. Not that tonight's crowd won't be big when they play Geneseo. Geneseo having a little rough season, though, only a win or two on the year. So maybe the folks won't come out quite as much for that one. But for tomorrow's matchup against Imhotep Charter, look out. That one could be. You might want to get her early, Brian.
One of the top-ranked teams in the nation, Charlie. One of the teams that has a very large winning streak in Imhotep Charter, and probably one of the biggest tests that Quincy Senior High has had in the past few years. It is a big-time matchup, a game that the Blue Devils are not afraid to take on here at the big shootout, and we'll be anxious to see that in one of the feature matchups tomorrow night, but really anxious to see what we've got squared off here as we've got a little bit of a dunk show going on here in the pregame warm-ups, and wow, just a lot of talent. And for you and I, Charlie, who cover a lot of basketball games in our local region here during the year, just a little bit different of a level of basketball that we get to see this weekend.
Well, I mean, a matchup to watch in this one, though, is a pair of top juniors in the nation. Chris Newley for Wasatch Academy, David Aweezy for iSchool of Lewisville, the 6'9 junior and Aweezy, the 6'7 junior and Newley, and I bet you we'll see them matched up on each other here as this game goes on.
Going to be a lot of fun, man. We've been a lot of build-up to this year's shootout. We've really seen the community awareness of this event grow, Charlie. You're seeing a lot more media coverage surrounding it now. We've got a lot of people here already, a lot of collegiate scouts that will be here this weekend, a lot of individual talent media members here as well in the circle tonight. It's really grown, and really excited to see how the weekend plays out.
It is the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Still some time before this game will start. Again, if you're looking for the contest at Quincy Notre Dame this evening that features Chicago Curie, Curie is yet to arrive at Quincy Notre Dame High School, so they're delaying that start by about 15 minutes. So that'll be tipping off more like 4:15 rather than here at the 4 o'clock hour. We'll step aside for a timeout. We're back with more after this.
Every day, banks touch every corner of our lives. They support us when we turn life's goals into accomplishments. Goals like opening a small business, buying a home, planting a crop, having a baby. From your first car to life after retirement, Central State Bank is there for all of your life's milestones. CSB is central to your banking needs. Visit us in Clayton, Kinderhook, Pittsfield, Pleasant Hill, and Quincy, or at csb123.com. Central State Bank wishes all of the teams well on the hardwood this week.
I like hard work. I mean, I kind of was raised that way. You really do make a difference. You're helping ship out food to feed people. Someone's got to do it, and I don't mind doing the hard work of it, you know. That gives me meaning, and I do go home rewarded. Every time I drop off a pallet, it's kind of corny, but I look back at it with a sense of pride. I'm like, yep, I built that. It looks awesome, and then I just drive away. I love it. When my life needed meaning, I chose Doc.
The heart is the hardest working muscle in your body. If something goes wrong with it, you need a medical team that works just as hard. You need Blessing Health's Open Heart Surgery Team, celebrating 20 years of delivering life-saving care to tri-state residents. Patients and families choose Blessing Health's Open Heart Surgery Team for its experience, quality, and heartwarming compassion. Get the most out of your hard-working heart.
One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Adams County area Edward Jones financial advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Wasatch Academy and iSchool of Lewisville matching up in this contest on Central Illinois Sports from the 2024 Quincy Shootout. Lots of action for you today. 4 games from both this location and from Quincy Notre Dame tonight, and then we also have 9 games coming your way tomorrow. Yet this evening here at this site, Link Academy, the number 4 ranked team in the nation, takes on Oak Cliff Faith Family in what should be a good matchup. Quincy High School then will play Geneseo at 7 o'clock, and at 8:30, Amatep Charter will take on Chaminade in what should be a fantastic square-off as well between two teams that both play at a high level. Here it is iSchool of Lewisville and Wasatch Academy. So Wasatch Academy play at the event last year. A very impressive squad, a very deep roster for their team again this year. And it's going to be just a tremendous matchup. A little lighter on the fan turnout right at the moment, but they'll be pouring in here as the night goes along, especially as the host Blue Devils get set to play. 2 minutes away from tip-off, we step aside for our final break on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. We tip it off from Blue Devil Gymnasium next.
Hey, grab me one too.
Are you tired of being caught off guard? Slipping up in a winter storm? Don't let this be you. Say goodbye to shovels that break faster than your New Year's resolution.
Well, before the snow falls, visit your local Farm and Home Supply, your one-stop shop for everything winter. From snow blowers to a sturdy snow shovel. From different size ice scrapers to ice melt. And from sleds to hats, gloves, coats, bibs, and a lot more, we got you covered.
Warning, finding everything in one place may lead to extreme joy and the absence of disappointment. Farm and Home Supply is not responsible for spontaneous snowball fights, increased snow angel production, or the overwhelming desire to hug your snowblower.
Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Time to take a look at our starting lineups presented by Farm and Home Supply. They've got it all for you, especially throughout the winter weather stretch that we've experienced here. I'm not sure about where you're watching from, but here in West Central Illinois, it's been a little bit more of an interesting couple of days. And we've seen a little snow, a little weather, and it's very, very cold now as well here. And we have starters for you. First of all, for Wasatch Academy, they'll start at a guard, a 6'2" senior. That's John Mobley Jr. At a second guard is the 6'4" senior Fisher Brown. And at the third guard is a 6'3" sophomore Mariano Manciel. At a forward is a 6'7" junior Chris Newley. And at the other forward, the 6'10" junior Equi Augustine. Augustine, Manciel, Brown, Newley, and Mobley for Wasatch Academy. And Brian Shoemaker has a look at the starters for iSchool of Lewisville.
Starters for iSchool of Lewisville, starting at a forward, a 6'4" junior, number 0, Frankie Chickpo. At a forward, a 6'7" junior, number 1, Cal-El McNeely. At a guard, a 6'3" junior, number 2 is Jalen Lawal. At a forward, a 6'7" senior, Ashton Taylor Franklin. And at another forward, a 6'9" junior, number 15, David Iwizi. The 6'5" junior, David Iwizi, for the iSchool of Lewisville in our first of 4 matchups for you tonight here on Central Illinois Sports.
Yeah, Brian, while you were on assignment getting the starters all squared off for us, we previewed that roster, or schedule, I should say, for this evening. Should be a fun one. Wasatch Academy will be the home team. They're in the light gray uniforms, white numbers, and black trim, kind of a well, outside of their color scheme, really. They're orange and black, really, for this squad most of the time, but an alternate jersey, and you see a lot of the programs do that these days. And for the Cougars of iSchool Lewisville, they're in the red uniforms, white numbers, and black trim.
Starting to see a lot more of those alternate jerseys. We know QHS, Charlie, has an alternate black jersey that just reads QHS across the front. If Matt Shuckman is listening somewhere, he probably cringes as we talk about those jerseys a little bit, but that's what the kids like these days. They say they're very clean, Charlie. That's the term, very clean jerseys.
They definitely are clean for sure. And, which, by the way, if you spill something on them, Brian, that dark color, hey, You don't see it as much.
Can't see it as much.
See,
That's right.
It's clean and clean.
We've got a nice little crowd here that has started to fill in for the early contest here. We expect it to be a very busy house as we get toward the 7 o'clock hour when the Blue Devils will step on. But getting ready to kick off the Quincy Shootout here between the iSchool of Lewisville and Wasatch Academy. On the call is Mr. Charlie Hall.
Oeasy jumps in the middle for iSchool of Lewisville, and for Wasatch Academy, it's Augustine, and the tip is up and controlled by Wasatch Academy to start this contest. And the 2024 Quincy Shootout is underway. Left side with it is Mobley Jr. Tries the lob down low. A little reverse layup is up and good for Chris Newley. And Wasatch Academy has their early 2-0 advantage. Here come the Cougars the other way as Chiakpo has it. Off on the right wing, gives it to Oeasy. Dribble drive inside, ball knocked loose, stolen away. Turnover the first. Look out into the front court. Newley on the run out. He'll put it up and he'll slam it down. And the Wasatch Academy with a 4-0 lead right out of the gates.
Really nice transition off the steal, turning turnovers into points, and that's why they're one of the top-ranked teams in the nation.
Chiakpo with the basketball, has it on the wing left side. Works it out to Lawwall, trying to work against the man-to-man pressure of Wasatch Academy. Skip pass, Chiakpo from the wing for the three. Nothing but the bottom of the net. And makes it a 4-3 score. Nice job by the Cougars to find the open man on the opposite wing with the pass over the top of the defense and their first bucket of the contest. 8-minute quarters, 35-second shot clock here at the Blue Devil Gymnasium and the Quincy Shootout 2024. Brown going to put the ball down to the post to Newley. Chris Newley, fadeaway jump shot, can't get it to go. Rebound is loose and secured by Oeasy, and the Cougars head the other direction. Oeasy out top, he stands 6'9", does the junior. We talked about his accolades earlier. The folks vying hard for his services. On the wing, Lawwall. He'll pull up for a nice-looking jump shot. No good. Rebound down to Augustine, the 6'10 junior. Quickly into the front court. The ball comes to Brown on the wing right side. Mobley quickly around the horn. It goes for Wasatch Academy. Mancillo out top of the key. That's Augustine. He's the tallest player on the court for sure. Here's Brown for a deep three. No good. Good box out. And they'll call the big boy Augustine over the back for the first foul of the contest.
It'll be Augustine's first, team first here with 6:01 remaining in the first quarter as we're just underway. It'll be iSchool basketball.
iSchool Lewisville out of the Texas area. I don't know what the weather is like in Texas right now, Brian, but I'm going to guess it's higher than 6, which is what it is here about right now.
Yeah, it's after the way we've had this week, Charlie. That's balmy 6. That's a balmy 6 here in Illinois.
Chiakpo with it, standing just at the edge of the big Blue Devil in the middle of center court here at Quincy High School. They'll work the ball down low to Oeasy. He's going to go to work in the paint. This is that matchup we were talking about. Turnaround hook over the right shoulder, up and good. And iSchool has their first lead of the game. 5-4 the score. 5:29 to play in the opening period. Good matchup here. A really great job by Eric Stratman and the organizers of this event. They work very, very hard to try to get us competitive games each and every contest. Here's Brown on a drive. Right-hand runner is up and good, and he's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line trying to complete the old-fashioned three-point play.
Brown will get the buy two, get one free opportunity here. The foul is going to go against Kal-El McNeely. It'll be his first. As stepping the line will be Fisher Brown looking for the three-point play. Off the rim and no good. Rebound comes down into the hands of Ashton Taylor Franklin.
They bring it into the front court. 6'5" Wasatch Academy with the lead. Pass to the corner and a traveling going to be called first. They found the open shooter in Chiakpo again, but traveling is the call for the man in the stripes. 5:07 to play here in the opening quarter. Into the front court, Newley on the point now. 6'7" junior, showing off the handles out front. That creates some matchup problems, especially at the high school level, Brian.
Yeah, it really does. Now we get a three up on the way, and it's good for Mobley. A three-pointer goes down on the way for John Mobley Jr.
6'2" senior showing the range. Although these guys, at the level we're seeing this weekend, 6'7" is a guard for a lot of these teams. Right?
Yeah, you put a 6'7" guy on a lot of the teams that we cover normally, Charlie, and you turn into a really smart coach really fast.
Now Wasatch Academy's bench looked like they were signaling that there's angels in the outfield. Here's a shot put up top of the key, 4-3 up and good by Taylor Franklin. And iSchool of Lewisville cuts it down to a 1-point lead.
First bucket of the day for Taylor Franklin.
How hard is it to get a scout when you're these teams that may match up in some other shootout events like this, but are you just watching a lot of film as you come into this matchup trying to figure out what your opponent's doing?
Well, I think you get to watch a lot of film as obviously available here on the fast break, and it gets blocked on the way. What a block from Newley.
I think he got that.
I think he got it, though, actually. Yeah, I think, sorry, that's a, wow.
Jalen Lawwall with the absolute abuse of the rim that time. We'll see that in a moment on the Northwestern Mutual Instant Replay.
Wow.
3:40 to play in the first period. High quality contest here in the opener, just as we thought. Dribble arrive on the right side to the rim and up and in for two for Mansell, as Mansell has his first bucket of the contest and gives Wasatch Academy the lead right back. In the state of Illinois, at a regular high school game, no shot clock as a three put up and no good here. Rebound down to Wasatch Academy. The Tigers bring it the other way. Out of the state of Utah, shot put up and nothing but the bottom of the net. John Mobley Jr.
He's got 6.
No shot clock, but a 35-second shot clock in play here at the tournament. As it was stuck for a second, which kind of confused me as it got a little pause in the action there. But Brian, you're not going to see too many 35-second possessions here. That ball is going to go up. Here's a shot missed by Oweezy. Gets his own rebound. Good touch, just won't fall. And the rebound secured by Augustine. Both teams still with the same players they started the contest with. 2:43 and counting of this first quarter. Here's a shot put up on the runner, no good. Rebound put back up and in for Chris Newley. And the Tigers had their biggest lead of this contest. A 6-point advantage and 6 for Newley. Looks like they're having a little trouble with the clock, a little pause, and then it catches back up. So they'll get that fixed here. And now we have a foul. I'm going to call this a shooting foul, in fact, Brian.
Foul's going to go against Wasatch. It's going to go against John Mobley Jr. That'll be his first. I believe that should be the
second team foul.
Second team foul. Thank you, Charlie. Those numbers are just a little small up on the other side. There we go. I can see them right on yours. It's been a while since I did stats, Charlie. I'm more on the more used to the talking aspect of things here. As the first one is up and in for Jalen Lawwell.
And that dunk he had a moment ago. In fact, let's see. Do we still have that queued up on the Northwestern Mutual replay?
I hope you do, as you'll talk about it. And stepping in here.
Oh, look at this. Oh, with the left hand.
Goodness gracious.
My goodness.
Trent Line is going to check in here for iSchool of Lewisville, number 35. As the second one is up and good for Lawwell. He's got 4 points in both free throws. And we've got a timeout on the floor. It's an Adams Network timeout, Charlie.
Yes, it is. And for fast, reliable internet, visit followthefiber.net.
I have to speak to you about something that is concerning me. Heard you and your mother talking about this Arlo fella.
You're dating someone?
Yeah.
Dad, Arlo's the name of the new security cameras that we got from our service provider. Arlo's not a boy.
Oh, boy.
Ah, not a boy. Apparently, we just learned that it's a camera. Named after a boy. Why don't you name it Peter?
Timeout taken here by iSchool of Lewisville, their first of the contest. And with 2:25 to play in the opening period, they trail Wasatch Academy 16-12.
Yeah, the 35-second shot clock, Charlie, as you mentioned before we went to the break, here is here in play. But most of the teams here are not what you would call slow-down offenses. Charlie, I think we've got a lot of guys that like to run transition. They like to take a lot of shot opportunities and get up and down the floor, and that's one of the things that makes this event so fun.
Brown with it on the right side, gets it down low, and the shot is up and good for Chris Newley, and they're getting him the ball with good touches down in the paint.
8 points on the night for Newley.
Gives his team that 6-point lead again, tying their largest advantage of the contest as Lawwell has it on the dribble. He'll try the drive to the rim, blocked out of bounds by Chris Newley. 6'7" junior showing the hops that time and the blocking ability. Good clean play there. Ball out of bounds on the baseline, kind of in the corner here for the Cougars.
When you're 6'7" and you've got some hops like Newley does and a little bit of extra length in your arms, 6'7" plays more about like 7'1" sometimes.
Here's Lawwell with it out front. Going to feed the post. Get Iweezy going. He's had some good looks. Now he'll pass it back out and it's stolen away. Picked out of the air by Mansell. Mansell into the front court off of the second turnover to Brown left side, drives the baseline, hangs in the air, off the iron, no good. And Oweezy has the rebound for the Cougars. He'll get it to Lawwell into the front court. I talked to Oweezy right before the game. You know, we want to try to make sure we get names correct. That's a big thing for us. And I said, how many other ways has it been How many other times has it been mispronounced? He's like, yeah, it's too many to count. Here's a 3 by Jalen Lawwell, and now a 9-point lead.
7 points on the night for Lawwell.
Check that. How about on a 9-point lead? It's a 3-point lead, 18-15 if you put the score on the right side. We'll talk to the guys in the truck about getting that right in a moment.
Got to get some new truck guys.
106 to play. Here's a shot put up, no good. And the rebound down to the Cougars of iSchool of Lewisville. Under a minute to play in this first period. A good contest. Cougars down by 3, looking to cut it closer. Here's another 3. Lawwell, no good. Rims in and out, and Newley with the rebound. He'll push the pace into the front court. Gets it caught, but kicks to the wing. Brown for a 3. Rattles out, no good, but an offensive rebound underneath. That's Anthony Newley Jr. Anthony's a 6'4 senior for this squad, so both of the Newleys on the floor right now. Down low, Anthony Newley gets it and puts it up and in for his first basket. 20-15.
Really nice ball movement on that possession. Newley finding the place to go on the baseline to find the open spot and get the pass.
Ooh, now we have a pocket picked and a foul called. Is it going to be after the steal? No, they'll call that on the reach against Wasatch Academy's John Mobley Jr.
That'll be his second personal foul. And team number 3, as we've got a couple of substitutes that check in here for iSchool. It's going to be Ashton Taylor Baker that checks back in, along with, is that Makai Wofford, I believe, Charlie, number 3 checking in here.
Yeah, Makai Wofford is a 6'3 freshman. Only freshman listed on the roster for iSchool of Lewisville. 14 seconds to play in the first period. Clock above the basket's really having some trouble. That's why on your screen it might not be moving. It's happening the same way here in the gymnasium. Luckily, there's a secondary clock above. Hopefully that one matches up with the buzzer, right? Here's a turnaround shot put up, no good by Lawwell. And the first quarter of play comes to a close. After one, Wasatch Academy leads iSchool of Lewisville 20-15.
Is predator hunting your thing? Game Masters has you covered. We have way more than just deer and turkey hunting gear, safes, clothes, and gifts. Come check out our predator guns, calls, decoys, lights, traps, binoculars, bipods, tripods, and shooting sticks. Don't forget your thermal and night vision, rifle scopes, trapping equipment, and supplies. Whether your next game pursuit is big or small, runs or flies, Game Masters has what you need to get the job done. We're passionate about the outdoors.
Welcome back to Blue Devil Gymnasium, the host site of the 2024 Quincy Shootout. After a period, the Wasatch Academy Tigers have a 20-15 lead over the iSchool of Lewisville Cougars. And Wasatch Academy, as you told us, Brian, the top 15 rankings this week.
Top 15 rankings and playing like it right now, Charlie. Shooting 9 of 14 from the field, 2 of 4 from behind the arc is Wasatch for the iSchool of Lewisville Cougars. 6 of 14 from the field and 3 of 5 from long range. As we get ready to begin the second quarter here. Watching us live on Central Illinois Sports, Charlie Hull and Brian Shoemaker bringing you all the action from Blue Devil Gymnasium. Damon Emmerich and Jack Hull spotted up down at 10th and Jackson at Quincy Notre Dame for the other 4 games tonight. You'll get all 4 of us throughout the day tomorrow, which is, I don't know if that's a gift or a curse, depending on your earbuds.
Well, you can make that decision tomorrow. The sun will come out. It's only a day away. iSchool of Lewisville starts with the ball to start the second period. Down by 5. Lawwell with it. He had a nice first quarter. Gets it to a Wheezy out top. Hands it back to Lawwell from the wing. Good look. 3-point shot goes begging this time. And the rebound down to Anthony Newley Jr. Look at the ball to Mobley, who brings it across the half-court stripe. Out top to Chris Newley. Man, what a versatile player he's been already. Now Fisher Brown for a 3, and now he finds the mark from behind the arc and gives the Tigers the 23-15 lead. 5 for Brown. What can Brown do for you? Well, knock down a 3. Looked pretty smooth coming off of the screens that time. He's a shooter for this squad. You can tell in the early going as they tried to set him up a number of times. Here's another turnover into the front court on the run out. It's Chris Newley. He'll shovel it back out. No, now has the ball knocked away. Oweezy with a takeaway. Turnover number 2 by the Tigers. Cougars into the front court. A battle with the Cats now. Fisher Brown with the takeaway. He'll get it to his teammate Mansell, and we'll have a foul called the first of the second period.
Foul is going to go against Jalen Lawwell here for iSchool of Lewisville. That'll be his first, team first of the quarter, Charlie, as we reset team fouls here at the end of every quarter, because we have to remind you, because we remind ourselves there is no more 1-and-1 in the land of Lincoln.
I think that might even be nationwide these days. NFHS rule. I'm not sure every state's adopted it yet, but it has been adopted here in Illinois for the first time. And I'd say the next major rule change in this state will be the shot clock. Here's a reverse layup. Nice move by Chris Newley.
He's got a dozen. He's got 10. Or not a dozen, excuse me. He's in double digits with 10. We'll get through it.
It's a dozen donuts if you ate 2 on the way.
It's early in the afternoon. I'm still supposed to be at work.
Where would you rather be, though, Brian? At work or right here?
No, I'd definitely be here. Oh, nice backdoor cut as they find Jalen Lawwell with it. He gets the early 2 in the quarter. Give him 9.
That's fine by post player that time for iSchool of Lewisville. That was Taylor Franklin with the pass. Here's a 3 on the way from the wing, up and good.
3 more for Newley, and he's got 13.
Has scored in about every way possible so far. There's a ball on the right side to Carter. Works it down low. Taylor Franklin trying to get out of the middle. Now to Weezy. Throws it back out top to Lawwell. 5:53 to play in the half. In a 28-17 game. Now here's a steal into the front court on the breakaway. Mansell off the bottom of the rim. No good, but that's because he was fouled, and he'll shoot 2 free throws.
Mansell is going to step to the line. The foul is going to go against Frankie Chickbo. It'll be his first, team second of the quarter against iSchool of Lewisville. Stepping to the line will be Mariano Mansell. 2 points on the night here with 5:44 left to go in the second quarter on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction Scoreboard, live from the Quincy Shootout here at Blue Devil Gymnasium.
3,500 seat facility with about 300 people here right now. Looks a little empty.
A little bit empty, but it's not a bad
early
crowd here for 4:15 as the first one is in and good for Mansell. He's got 3 on the afternoon. We will expect this to get a little more full through the evening as Quincy High hosts Geneseo in our Western Big Six contest later on this evening. Second free throw is up and no good.
And it'll be ball to iSchool here. The Cougars. Ooh, Newley really pressuring out front. Now the ball loose on the court. Picked up by the Tigers. Brown, right side 3. Bang! It goes again. And now the Tigers kind of finding their groove. They lead by 15. Big start to the second quarter.
8 points on the night now for Brown.
Biggest lead of the contest right now. They've turned up the pressure on that man-to-man defense. They're really up in the grill of the Cougars right now. Pass on the wing comes to Lawwell. He'll try the dribble drive and is fouled.
Foul will go against Marcel. It's going to be his first. That'll be the first of the quarter here against Wasatch Academy. A couple of substitutions stepping in here. It'll be iSchool basketball underneath their own hoop as Jim Whitfield will get some things lined up here with a quick whistle to talk to a couple of the young gentlemen on the court. I want to thank all the guys here, Charlie. Guys from Quincy High School have been here helping us throughout the day, getting ready, and still kind of giving us a little bit of help here every now and then. And now we've got a whistle on the court.
What do we have here?
Technical foul has been issued against what appears to be against Chris Newley.
I didn't really see much.
I don't know if he said something as he is.
Now Malik Diallo, he's a guy who's not in uniform today. He's a little upset on the bench as well. And to the free throw line will go Lawwell for the technical free throws. First one up is good by Lawwell. He's all by his lonesome down here, Brian.
10 points on the game now for Jalen Lawwell as it'll be the first foul of the game against Chris Newley on a technical, and it'll be the second of the quarter against Wasatch. Second free throw is up and good for Lawwell. Now he's got 11 points in the afternoon.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously we're not on the court. And right at courtside, couldn't hear if something might have been said, but nobody really did anything that looked too demonstrative to me. I'm not questioning the official. I'm just saying it must have been something that was said and within range of him, right?
That would be the best guess here. Three-pointer up on the way is up and good for McNeely. It's his first bucket of the ball game.
And it was big. That's a 5-point swing. So with 4:47 to play in the half, it makes it a 10-point game again. Here's a drive in off of Wasatch Academy's Mobley Jr. and a turnover, the third by the Tigers. Length of the court to go for the Cougars. Down by 10, but on the prowl here. Oeasy drives in, hangs in the air. Man, did you see how he got in the air, just kind of glided in, Brian? I don't know why you and I weren't blessed with that type of ability, but he was, and this young man has a lot of upside, just a junior.
Well, I used to do that a lot in the Little Tykes rim that I used to have when I was about 2 or 3 years old, Charlie.
I'll call on Wasatch Academy as their third as Oeasy puts the first one up and gets it to go.
Give him 3 points in the afternoon.
Since that technical, 2 for the technical shots, a 3. Now this free throw, 7-0 run since the technical was called.
4 points in the afternoon for Weezy, and he cuts the lead back down here. It's just an 8-point contest with 4:30 left to go here in the second.
Here's a pull-up shot, top of the key. No good for Mobley Jr., but another opportunity here for Wasatch Academy. Brown drives in. Kicks to the right side, and Mansell. Bounce pass off to Newley. That's Anthony Newley. Works it down low. Augustine goes to work in the paint. The big man shot no good. And out of bounds off of the rebound. It'll go the way of the Cougars.
Everything going the way of the Cougars right now, Charlie, here in the second quarter. They're starting to get some things put together here as Wasatch kind of not really reeling would be the word, but really trying to figure things out after that technical foul and getting Newley on the bench.
Out front, Lawwell with it. Gets it on the little give and go back from Taylor Franklin. Taylor Franklin out top of the key. Good shot fake. Extra pass to the corner. Finds the open man, and Carter no good. But an offensive rebound for Oeasy. He now has it poked away as he went to the dribble. Ball shoveled out. Run down by Taylor Franklin. Gets it to Oeasy. Spin move. Left hand. No good as this rolls in and out on him. Still trying to get dialed in completely there. And the rebound down to Mobley Jr. And a foul.
We'll get the foul here as he steps out of the lane. That's going to go against number 2, Jalen Lawwell. That'll be his second personal foul of the contest. Stepping in here back onto the court for Wasatch Academy will be Chris Newley. And Anthony Newley Jr. will take a seat with 3:29 left to go here in the first half. Wasatch out inbounding in a 1-4 set underneath their own basket. They'll work the basketball out to Newley. 3 ball on the way is up and good. Knocks it down, does John Mobley Jr. Give him 9 points on the afternoon. It's a 35-24 ball game here. Steal on the way from Wasatch as the Cougars turn it over. Mobley with the basketball, works it down at his half of the court. Now down to Fisher Brown. Thought about the 3, drives in. Brown stops at the ball, kicks it back out now to John Mobley Jr. Mobley up on the fadeaway, no good. Rebound comes down into the hands of the Cougars. And here comes iSchool of Lewisville. Lawwell with the basketball, drives in. Runner from about 8 feet is up and good for Lawwell, and we'll get a timeout on the floor. iSchool wants to talk it over. It's an Adams Fiber timeout. For the best internet around, which means you'll never buffer when you watch Central Illinois sports, it's Adams Fiber. It's a full timeout. We're back here in 60 seconds.
Every day, banks touch every corner of our lives. They support us when we turn life's goals into accomplishments. Goals like opening a small business, buying a home, planting a crop, having a baby. From your first car to life after retirement, Central State Bank is there for all of your life's milestones. CSB is central to your banking needs. Visit us in Clayton, Kinderhook, Pittsfield, Pleasant Hill, and Quincy, or at csb123.com. Central State Bank wishes all of the teams well on the hardwood this week.
Before the TAVR, I was very active, worked out at the Croc Center. I would say less than a week. Well, of course, Amy tells me I couldn't do squats. She even wrote it in my discharge paper. Great big, Sandy, no squats. So I did a couple.
Oh my word.
Don't tell her.
I knew she was going to, but I have the best job in the world to get to work with these patients.
Timeout on the court taken by Wasatch Academy. And we're back to live action here with the Tigers on top 35-26. Game number 1 of 4 tonight, 17 total, plus 1 at Bashan tonight, right?
Yes, on the backdoor cut. Mobley kicks it back out. Now this is Fisher Brown. Back to Mobley. Fake and puts up the 3, and it's good. John Mobley Jr., Charlie, now has 12 points in the afternoon.
And gives his team a 12-point lead, 38-26. A smooth customer is that young man. Ball in the corner goes to Chakpo. Pass out to Taylor Franklin. Now on the wing, it's Lawwell. He'll go out between the circles. That's to Taylor Franklin. Hands it off to Lawwell. Kicks to the corner. Romeo Carter puts it on the deck. His pass knocked out of bounds by the active hands of Wasatch Academy's Mansell.
A lot of these guards in the backcourt for Wasatch, Charlie, really kind of built the same. Kind of lanky, but yet still kind of fit guards. Really nice players and can very quick and can all kind of shoot the basketball.
Out of bounds on the sideline here for the Cougars. 2:03 to play in this half. Quick pass down low, Oezy. He was thinking about that dunk that was coming his way, and it goes off of his fingertips and out of bounds.
7th turnover of the afternoon here on the Cougars.
And a costly one there because he was wide open underneath. Ball on the left wing goes to Mansell. Gets it out front. That's to Mobley Jr. He and Lawwell has been a fun matchup to watch on both ends. Here's a pass now, stolen away. On the run out is McNeely into the front court. McNeely to the rim, misses the dunk. Rebound put back up and no good by Taylor Franklin. It's saved out again to the Cougars. They'll get a third chance here.
That was an unfortunate possession there real quick for iSchool, as we thought we'd get a little bit of a highlight reel there.
Just didn't quite get the takeoff that he was expecting. 1:23 to play in the half. Skip pass over the top of the defense to McNeely for the tray. No good. Rebound fought for. Out of bounds off of the Tigers.
Something you see here, Charlie, both teams really, really fighting for every loose ball, every rebound here. It's a 4 o'clock in the afternoon game, but both of these teams playing like it's 9 o'clock at night.
All teams got a chance to be on the court prior to their first game. And they're liking the shooting background here so far. There's a drive in, a Wheezy turnaround shot, no good. And the rebound pulled in by Wasatch Academy's Fisher Brown. Quickly into the front court right side, Mansell with under a minute to play in the half. Pull up, jump shot, back iron, no good. Rebound down to iSchool. Lawwell will bring it across with 49 seconds to play in the period. He'll pull up top of the key, 3, and it's good. Lawwell with another long ball and cuts it down to a single-digit contest with 39 seconds to play in the first half.
Leading all scorers in the first half with 16.
Again, we apologize for the on-screen clock freezing up, but that's what's happening to the clock above the baskets. Here's a steal now. Lawwell with it into the front court. Look out with the left hand. Slam again.
Lawwell with 18 with an emphatic dunk.
It makes it a 7-point contest as iSchool of Lewisville has trailed by as many as 15 in the quarter. But they have gotten it down to single digits here and have really regrouped nicely. Here's a dribble drive in. Mobley Jr. kicks to the wing. Mansell 3 trying to beat the buzzer and will for the triple as the buzzer sounds and gives Wasatch Academy the 41-31 halftime lead. We take you to the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Glad you've joined us on Central Illinois Sports. It's a 10-point lead for Wasatch Academy.
Today's halftime show is brought to you by Little Jess Motor Company in Quincy, Illinois. We'd like to introduce you to the brand new 2024 Dodge Hornet GT all-wheel drive offered at $32,325. The 2024 Dodge Hornet pays homage to the iconic legacy of Dodge performance. The Hornet GT comes equipped with a 2.0 Hurricane 4 turbo engine that boasts up to 268 horsepower, making it the most powerful compact utility vehicle on the market. Stop by Little Jess today and take this eye-catching CUV powerhouse for a spin.
Here in Pittsfield, we're focused on maintaining a healthy, diverse economic base to increase opportunities for our residents. Economic factors greatly affect a community's overall potential, and we strive to continue our prosperous culture. The availability of both commercial and industrial employment centers and new lucrative entrepreneurship opportunities are major assets for growth and development here in Pittsfield. In addition to providing employment and income to people, Pittsfield also boasts several tax incentive districts to further facilitate economic growth. Examples of growth and success can be seen throughout Pittsfield. Pittsfield is located within Pike County and widely known for the abundance of white-tailed deer, and is also home to companies that have capitalized from the region's natural resources. Located over on Madison Street, Whitetail Properties is a major local and international employer that truly embodies the local and economic spirit of Pittsfield. State-of-the-art communications and telecommuting are available here. Be sure to catch their televised series throughout the week on the Sportsman Channel. Come grow and be a part of something great in Pittsfield, Illinois.
The thing for me that really separates DOT, senior leadership and the owners of the business really focus on employee engagement.
We have some of the best people managers.
The Tracy family, senior leaders throughout the business, really all of our leaders care about the employees that work here.
And that allows for a lot of families to come work at Dot Foods, and I think that's part of it, is being able to have all those different schedules and the flexibility to be able to move things around when life happens.
The heart is the hardest working muscle in your body. If something goes wrong with it, you need a medical team that works just as hard. You need Blessing Health's Open Heart Surgery Team, celebrating 20 years of delivering life-saving care to tri-state residents. Patients and families choose Blessing Health's Open Heart Surgery Team for its experience, quality, and heartwarming compassion. Get the most out of your hard-working heart.
Welcome back to the Little Jess Motors halftime show. It's a halftime with Matt Schuckman of Muddy River Sports. Here's Brian.
Brian Shoemaker live here on the Little Jess Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram halftime show, live from the Quincy Shootout, as Wasatch Academy leads iSchool of Lewisville out of Texas 41-31 here at halftime. Speaking live with Matt Schuckman, sports editor of Muddy River Sports here in the Quincy, Illinois area. Matt, a fantastic start to the afternoon here for the Quincy Shootout. You get to see a nationally ranked team in Wasatch and a team in iSchool that is not bowing down to the national ranking here. We've seen a lot of fight out of iSchool in the first half.
We did. The thing that jumped out to me was how smooth Wasatch has been on the offensive end. They move the ball efficiently. They get the ball up quick. Just everything they do is very efficient, and I think that's the thing that's impressed me most about the way Wasatch has played. iSchool, face it, they got dunked on early. They could have backed down, but you don't expect that from teams that play at this level against teams like this over and over again. So I'm not surprised that they're hanging in there. It's going to be an interesting second half.
You saw Chris Newley off the floor for a little bit there after receiving the technical foul. It seemed like it took a little bit for Wasatch to get out. Probably expect to see more minutes out of him in the second half. He seems to be the real key that turns the wheel here for Wasatch.
Incredibly talented, very skilled in the way he attacks the rim. Got a little edge to him, which is what ended up drawing the technical. And that's not a bad thing, but that's just a situation where he's got to watch that. You know, he's got to adjust to the officials who might tend to call that. You know, sometimes when you go to the big national events, they're going to let you play, let you talk, let you do that. Sometimes you go to other events, they don't. Well, I don't think they let him talk a whole lot there in the first half.
Jalen Lawwell leads all scorers with 18 points for iSchool. Seems like a kid that's not really going to let his team fall by the wayside, but what do the Cougars really need to do to try and make this a competitive contest in the second half?
Well, I think they got to make sure they get out on the three-point shooters. You know, we've seen them knock down, Wasatch has knocked down some threes. They're big. They're going to throw the ball inside, Wasatch is. So you got to make sure you take away the shooters. You're going to give stuff up inside. You just know that with their size. So try to take away the shooters. And come out and deliver the first blow. You know, when the game started, you know, Wasatch delivered the first blow. iSchool needs to do that to start second half.
A great contest here, our first of four from the Quincy Shootout. You've been listening to Matt Schuckman, editor of Muddy River Sports, here on the Little Jess Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram halftime show. When we come back after a break, we'll try to get some halftime stats for you and get you ready for the second half here live on Central Illinois Sports.
I'm Chris Nichols with PCRE Real Estate and Auction here in Pittsfield. For 15 years now, I've been specializing in selling farmland and hunting properties, along with homes and commercial real estate. Whether it's helping a seller get a premium price out of their home or assisting a buyer to find the farm of their dreams, I pride myself on providing elite customer service. Give me a call today at 217-473-3777 if I can help with any of your real estate needs, or feel free to jump on our website at pcrerealestate.com.
From bag to field to bin, Prairieland FS is your home for quality seed. We treat it right here at one of our local facilities, deliver it right to your farm, and then provide the propane to fuel your bins. Have confidence in what you're putting in your engine with our energy specialist. They're focused on maximizing power, fuel efficiency, and engine protection to keep you going. We're neighbors serving neighbors. Prairieland FS, your leading supplier of choice.
At Full Throttle Parts, we do spray-on bed liners, a brand called Patriot Liner. It is very elite. It actually enhances the resale value of anything you put it on or off-road.
Go Full Throttle!
Go Full Throttle.
Every day, banks touch every corner of our lives. They support us when we turn life's goals into accomplishments. Goals like opening a small business, buying a home, planting a crop, having a baby. From your first car to life after retirement, Central State Bank is there for all of your life's milestones. CSB is central to your banking needs. Visit us in Clayton, Kinderhook, Pittsfield, Pleasant Hill, and Quincy, or at csb123.com. Central State Bank wishes all of the teams well on the hardwood this week.
Back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Little Jess, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram 3431 Main Street in Quincy, right across from our location here on the campus of Quincy High School and Blue Devil Gymnasium. 41-31, Wasatch Academy has the 10-point lead at the half, led by 15. Big three right at the buzzer to extend that back to double digits. But how about, as you talked about with Matt Schuckman, the fight and the Cougars of iSchool?
Just some real grit out there on the floor out of iSchool so far. Jalen Lawler with 18 points to lead all scorers here in the first half, Charlie. And they're going to need some more out of some of the other guys here as we go down some of the halftime stats. Frankie Chickpo with 3 points. Kal-El McNeely with 3, along with 3 points from Ashton Taylor Franklin. David Iweezy has 4 to round out the 31 for iSchool of Lewisville. They shot 10 of 24 in the first half, 5 of 9 from behind the arc, and 6 of 6 from the free throw line. On the other side for Wasatch Academy, John Mobley Jr. has 12. Mariano Manciel has 6. Chris Newley has 11. Fisher Brown has 10 off for a couple of long-range shots. And Anthony Newley Jr. comes up with 2 to make up their 41. 16 of 26 was Wasatch in the first half. 8 of 11 from behind the arc. And 1 of 3 from the charity stripe. It's a 41-31 lead for Wasatch Academy. We'll take one more quick break here on the Little Jess Halftime Show. When we come back, second half action here from Game 1 of the Quincy Shootout. Watching it live on Central Illinois Sports.
Here at Little Jess, we value hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership. We have a respect for heritage and tradition and believe in the pursuit of building legacies, breaking records, and putting forth award-winning results. That's why supporting schools and local teams is one of our favorite and most exciting parts of our business. For over 7 decades, we strive daily to use those same values as a foundation to meet our community's automotive needs and support our future generations. Little Jess Motors, serving our community since 1969.
Just about ready for the third period, Brian. We'll see what kind of adjustments were made here at the halftime break, and I think we're in for a good second half here.
We're in for a good second half, in for a good rest of the weekend here as it appears to be starting fives on both sides coming out here to begin the second half. Nobody really in foul trouble here as we get to the start of the third quarter. John Mobley has a pair of fouls against him. And on the opposite side for fouls, a few guys with 1 for iSchool. So lots of fouls to go here in the second half as Wasatch will begin the third quarter on an leg alley-oop there. And a big toss down from Chris Newley to start things off. Give Newley now 15 on the game.
I think that's the same play they tried to start the game with, actually, and this time it just is executed to start the second half.
Schuckman said it during the halftime break. Wasatch comes out with big haymakers to start off the first and now to start off the third, and we'll see how iSchool answers.
Lawwell with it on the right side to McNeely. Pass in the paint, knocked away, and let's see that alley-oop on the Northwestern Mutual instant replay. You'll see Newley come off that high screen at the top of the key and up and in for 2.
Just like you and I used to run, Charlie.
Yeah, you talked about that little Tykes basket. I had trouble even reaching the rim on that. Here's a steal now, Newley. He'll push it ahead to his teammate in Manciel. Dunked by Augustine, no good, and the rebound pulled down by Chiakpo. His pass now picked out of the air, but then stolen back by his teammate Lawwell as they trade a turnover for a turnover here.
9 turnovers so far for iSchool, 6 on the game so far for Wasatch.
Just underway here in period number 3. Lawwell with it out top. You talked about him having a big first half, and it was. Pass on the left side is now stolen away off of McNeely's little shovel pass, and 10 turnovers by the Cougars. That's coming to hurt them here as it's allowed a lot of opportunities on this end of the court for Wasatch Academy. And a good offensive club like this one will take advantage of that. Fisher Brown looks for the pass down low now to Augustine. He's trying to go back out. Now a turnaround shot is up no good. And Weezy with the rebound for the Cougars. Into the front court with it comes Lawwell. Patient here. Looks out top to McNeil. Now back to Lawwell. Now the ball poked free, and it's a battle for it there. Those guys really fought hard. Fisher Brown up and in for 2. And he's fouled, they'll say. He'll go to the free throw line for the and 1.
Fisher Brown going for the bye to get one opportunity here as the foul is going to get whistled against Frankie Chickpo. It'll be his second personal foul. Team first of the quarter against iSchool.
Man, look at that battle for the ball, though, and then Fisher Brown's kind of the recipient of an easy look, but man, these guys want this one.
Brown steps to the line, trying to complete the three-point play, and he does. He's got 11 points in the afternoon.
Ties the biggest lead of the contest, this 15-point lead, 46-31, 6:11 to play in the third, and now ball got free on the baseline, it looks like, and they'll get the broom, and Kyle McNeely says, here you go, ref. Got a little sweat there. You should probably wipe it up. I got to go take a break for a second as Taylor Franklin is back in.
What won't Jim Whitfield do, Charlie? Officiate, runs the Adams County American Cross blood drives around here.
Used to predict the weather.
Used to predict the weather. Now he grabs a broom.
And he can do it all.
Man of all trades.
Into the front court, Weezy with it. He'll try the drive in. High bounce now. Picks up the dribble. Over the top and into the backcourt. Lawaldo saves it across, and it's still stolen away. Mobley Jr. on the drive. Little Euro step up the window. No good. But Hackton-Yak, he'll go to the free throw line.
Mobley will step to the free throw line. It looks to go against Chickpo again. That's going to be his third personal foul as John Mobley Jr. will step to the free throw line. 12 points on the afternoon already here for John Mobley Jr. in a very nice first half of this ball game. 46-31 our score here, 5:54 on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. Mobley's first free throw is up and good, make it 47.
Wasatch Academy has showed the ability to really put the ball in the basket here. And have had some pretty good stretches where they've shut them down on the defensive end as well.
Second one up and no good, and Augustine comes flying in for the offensive rebound.
Second chance opportunity here for the Tigers. 5:47 to play in the third. Out top, Brown kicks to the corner. That's to Mancille. He'll give it to the big man for the flush. Augustine down low.
Whew. That's his first bucket of the game, Charlie, and that's a pretty good way to get yourself into the scorebook.
I hope they have some backup backboards here at Quincy High School. They may need some. Here's a drive in by McNeely. He finds Augustine on the defensive end now. Oeasy. Ooh, nice little backup pass. Finds it to his teammate and Taylor Franklin, who puts it up and in.
5 points in the afternoon for Taylor Franklin.
Nice job moving without the basketball by Taylor Franklin to get himself an opening, and good job by his teammate to find one. Here's the ball stolen away now by Carter. Romeo Carter on the run, little up and in for two.
Carter gets the basket, and it's his first of the basketball game, and a nice little quick run here of 4 points for iSchool, 49-35.
Out front with it, Fisher Brown. Catch, launch, three, back iron, no good. Rebound, though, run down on the offensive side by Newley. He is fouled. I believe this will be on the floor, the officials will tell us.
Looks like it's going to be, nope, they're going to line him up for the free throws. Foul will go against Iweezy. That'll be his first personal foul of the basketball game. Second of the quarter against iSchool. Comes with 4:50 left in the third as Newley will step back to the free throw line with 15 points to his credit on the afternoon. First free throw out of his right hand and down into the hoop is good for number 16. Checking back into iSchool, Makai Wofford will check back in. Sitting down will be Frankie Chickpo.
Second one also good by Newley, and we'll get a timeout for Wasatch Academy. An Adams Fiber timeout. 4:50 to play in the third. Wasatch Academy up by 16.
I'm Chris Nichols with PCRE Real Estate and Auction here in Pittsfield. For 15 years now, I've been specializing in selling farmland and hunting properties, along with homes and commercial real estate. Whether it's helping a seller get a premium price out of their home or assisting a buyer to find the farm of their dreams, I pride myself on providing elite customer service. Give me a call today at 217-473-3777 if I can help with any of your real estate needs, or feel free to jump on our website at pcrerealestate.com.
Every day, banks touch every corner of our lives. They support us when we turn life's goals into accomplishments. Goals like opening a small business, buying a home, planting a crop, having a baby. From your first car to life after retirement, Central State Bank is there for all of your life's milestones. CSB is central to your banking needs. Visit us in Clayton, Kinderhook, Pittsfield, Pleasant Hill, and Quincy, or at csb123.com. Central State Bank wishes all of the teams well on the hardwood this week.
4 minutes, 50 seconds to play in the third. Wasatch Academy wanted the break. Their second time out of the game, leading 51-35.
First of 4 basketball games for you today, Charlie. And
up next.
Up next is
Link Academy and Oak Cliff Faith
I've
Family.
heard Link's not bad.
Yeah. I mean, they're the reigning national champion.
Number 4 ranked in the nation right now. I would expect they will be not a bad basketball team.
Yeah, program's really slipped, hasn't it?
It's really fallen off the cliff.
They're on some hard times, but hopefully with the 7 guys that have D1 commits to their name, they'll be able to get through it. We're looking forward to that one, but this is a good one as well. Here's the ball stolen away. Fisher Brown with the takeaway. Pushes ahead to Mobley Jr. from distance, no good. Rebound on the offensive side, though, to Chris Newley. He thought about pulling for the 3. Now he'll get to Brown. Says, here, shoot it. And Brown says, all right, I will.
Fisher Brown knocks down another one. He's got 14, and we get a quick stop on the whistle here.
A little twist of the ankle by Oweezy. He'll go to the bench, I believe, as back into the contest for iSchool of Lewisville. It's McNeely. Oweezy looks to be okay.
Cal McNeely.
Oweezy looks to be okay, by the way. Just a little bit of a twist of that ankle, but he walked to the bench on his own power. 19-point game with 4:05 to play in the third. We saw Wasatch Academy go on a run like this in the second quarters. Now they've switched to a 1-3-1 on the defensive side. But iSchool was able to respond. They haven't had that same resilience yet here in the third quarter.
Well, and Wasatch hasn't made it easy. They've really pressured this team defensively, kind of made some passes that they aren't probably comfortable with, and that's led to a few extra turnovers as we get a 3 up on the way from Carter.
And a little putback dunk up and in here for McNeely.
And McNeely finishes, give him 5 points on the afternoon.
54-37, excuse me, on the score. As the shot clock was winding down, 3-pointer was no good, but McNeely was there to clean it up with the putback slam. Here's a shot put up, no good by Brown, gets it back. 18 seconds on the shot clock. On the baseline, turnaround shot, tough one, no good. And McNeely secures the board for the Cougars. He's into the front court, goes to Lawwell out top, who's been a little quieter here in the third. They've really locked down on him. Pass inside, shot put up on the slam. Ashton Taylor Franklin says remember the name.
7 points in the afternoon on the big dunk.
54-39, 2:50 to play in the period. On the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard, looking to purchase land, PCRErealestate.com. Here's a pull-up shot, Mobley Jr. This won't fall. Does it not seem like this rim is not quite as forgiving as the one on the other end? I think we've noticed that. Here's a 3 now, and no rim needed that time for Jalen Lawwell. He hits nothing but the bottom of the net.
21 points on the afternoon, Charlie. 21 of his team's 42.
And with 2:24 to play in the third, has pulled them to within 12 points. Trying to play on the defensive side. Here's Brown off of a screen and a smooth shooter. He is Fisher Brown.
Fisher Brown's got a real nice shot. Seems to have a real nice eye for the rim, and he's got 16 points.
And his teammates do a nice job of finding him. As now you see a foul called here. Looked like we were going to have a breakaway, but instead a foul whistled by the officials.
Foul is going to go against Marcille, I believe. That's going to be his second team foul, or second personal foul. Team first of the quarter comes at 2:05 in the third here against Wasatch. They've got a 10-point lead. iSchool will have the basketball inbounds in front of their own bench. Nope, they're going to move them down underneath the hoop.
And get the ball for the inbound on the baseline. Cougars trying to cut it closer here. Down 56-42. Shot put up is good by McNeely. And makes it 50. They've got the scoreboard as 54-46, Brian.
Well, that's what they just showed. Now we get a 3 answer on the way out of the hands of Marcille. Give him 9. And now they've got the score at 57-46. And a block on the shot there is Lawwell's shot was blocked. It goes out of bounds and remains in the hands of iSchool.
Now they will make the adjustment to match what's on the gym board, but if it happens to get updated, we will update as well. 1:39 to play in the third. And right now is an 11-point contest.
Now they update it to 59, Charlie.
And I didn't want to say I was right, but we were right, Brian.
You know what? Every once in a long blue moon, we are correct. Every once in a while, we get it right.
We got a little shoe tying going on the baseline.
Starting to get a few more fans filing in here on a Friday afternoon in the Central Time Zone, no matter where you're watching here. We appreciate you tuning in here live on Central Illinois Sports. It's the 2024 Quincy Shootout, and iSchool wants to take a timeout to talk it over. We'll take it to 59:44 on the Adams Network timeout, watching it live here on Central Illinois Sports.
Grab the game while your kids are busy. You know, streaming, gaming, and homework. Now you can teach your kids the value of $1 by showing bundles with Cascom. Bundle telephone, internet, and TV. Bundle 2 for a double play or 3 for a triple play. Plus, save $20 a month for 3 months for a limited time. Then you can tell everyone how you help them with their math homework. Call Cascom about bundles today at 1-800-252-1799. Cascom at 1-800-252-1799.
Timeout taken here with 1:39 to play in the third. 59-44 is the Wasatch Academy lead. And it'll be the Cougars with the basketball underneath for iSchool of Lewisville.
Seeing some of the guys from Geneseo walking in front of us here at Media Row, Charlie. We'll see them in the 7 o'clock contest as they take on the host Blue Devils.
Blue Devils have 1 loss on the season.
Just 1 to Collinsville.
Geneseo has 1 win. Here's a 3. It's up and no good. The rebound is pulled down by Newley. Don't always get the great ones, right? There's not pearls everywhere in every clam. Sometimes they're empty. Here's a rebound off the missed shot, pulled down by Lawwell. He'll slow things down into the front court with 1:17 to play in the third. It's the Gym City here is what they refer to Quincy, Illinois as. The ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with iSchool of Lewisville. Long tradition of basketball here at Quincy High School. Here's Lawwell, and they'll say he was out of bounds when he received that pass, and a turnover on the Cougars.
If we're doing stats correctly, which we probably are with 92% accuracy, that's a dozen turnovers in the afternoon here for iSchool. Mobley will take the inbounds pass and walk it across the time stripe here with a minute left to go in the third quarter. Gets it down to Brown underneath to Augustine. Augustine all alone, ball fake up and off the glass, and Augustine puts in 2 more, give him 4 in the afternoon, and it's a 61-44 ball game.
This Tiger squad is just loaded as the ball knocked away now from Lawwell. Check that Wolford as he was going the other way. Back into the contest, McNeely will return along with Romeo Carter. Sitting down will be Wolford. On the way to the court for Wasatch Academy, it's Anthony Newley Jr. He'll sit down. Augustine.
Well, the thing about this Wasatch team, Charlie, is you're only seeing 7 players on the court. That's all they've got dressed here the afternoon, and one of the big guys is on the bench today. So
yeah, Malik Diallo, the 6'9 senior, on the bench, and we also have a couple other guys listed on the roster who didn't look like we were able to make the trip. Shot put up and good on a good take to the rim this time by McNeely for the Cougars with 35 seconds to play. Shot clock down to 29, so they'll have to shoot before the end of the period, will Wasatch Academy. Mobley Jr. with it on the wing with 20.
Diallo out here being an assistant coach. Kind of getting some things instructed down to Marcel in the corner as a 3-ball on the way from Mobley's no good.
Chakpo into the front court with 8 seconds. Throws it across, picked out of the air by Newley. Chris Newley feeds the front court to Mobley Jr. Pulls up for a 3, no good. Rebound loose, and Mansell tried to throw it up, get it somewhere toward the rim as the period buzzer sounds, but unable to do so. And we end the third with Wasatch Academy leading iSchool of Lewisville 61-46.
Hey, grab me one too.
Are you tired of being caught off guard? Slipping up in a winter storm? Don't let this be you. Say goodbye to shovels that break faster than your New Year's resolution.
Well, before the snow falls, visit your local Farm and Home Supply, your one-stop shop for everything winter. From snow blowers to a sturdy snow shovel. From different size ice scrapers to ice melt. And from sleds to hats, gloves, coats, bibs, and a lot more, we got you covered.
Warning, finding everything in one place may lead to extreme joy and the absence of disappointment. Farm and Home Supply is not responsible for spontaneous snowball fights, increased snow angel production, or the overwhelming desire to hug your snowblower.
Ready to start quarter number 4. Wasatch Academy 61, iSchool of Lewisville 46. Should be the Cougars with the basketball to start the fourth quarter, down here by 15.
Wasatch shoots 24 of 46 here through 3 quarters of play, 8 of 17 from behind the arc for iSchool, 18 of 38 from the field, and 6 of 14 from long-range distance as the Cougars will inbound here to begin the fourth frame.
They have a little run left in them here. Here's a dribble drive in, shot put up, no good, and on the rebound, what do we have here, Brian? A foul call.
Looks like it's going to be a foul called here against Wasatch. Is going to go against number 20, Fisher Brown. That's going to be his first. Team first of the quarter, comes with 7:50, and stepping to the line is going to be Romeo Carter. Carter steps to the line, just 2 points here on the afternoon, trying to cut into his team's deficit, and he does. Give Carter 3 on the afternoon.
Augustine's back into the contest.
Augustine steps back in. Newley Jr. will take a seat as the Cougars try to cut in. 61-47, make it 61-48. 4 points on the afternoon for Carter.
7:50 to play in the contest. Here's a dribble drive in by Brown. Brown off the rim and in for 2. Brown with the bucket. And the answer for Wasatch Academy. Into the front court with it comes Lawwell. He'll try the dribble drive, and it's poked free, and Mobley Jr. steals it away and calls for the timeout. We'll pause as well. 7:27 to play in the contest, 63-48. Wasatch Academy with the lead on Central Illinois Sports.
At Farmers State Bank, we believe in community, teamwork, and success. We're thrilled to announce that we've been named the best place to work in Illinois and the best community bank in America this year. Join us on this winning team where your dreams take center court at Farmers State Bank. We're a team. Discover the difference. The best place to bank, the best place to work. Because when our community wins, we all win. Where community, excellence, and opportunity come together. Farmers State Bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
7:27 to play here in the contest. 63-48. Wasatch Academy with the lead after the timeout taken by the Tigers. After they got the steal here. And it will be length of the court to go for the Tigers. They've had the lead most of this contest and maintained the advantage here as we're just underway in the fourth. This was game number 1 of 4 from Quincy High School today. Ball knocked into the backcourt and out of bounds. It'll stay with Wasatch Academy here. Next up, Link Academy and Oak Cliff Faith Family. And what should be a fun one as well. The 9 games tomorrow, 9 a.m. the first one. Dribble drive in, shot it up and good here. That's Mobley Jr. with another 2. And gives the Tigers their biggest lead of this affair. Pass on the wing is to Carter. Now back to the other side, Chiakpo to Carter in the wing. Lawwell, they really locked on him defensively. Still with 21 points, though. A 3-point shot up and no good by McNeely. Rebound fought for and pulled in by Mansell. He'll work the pass on the wing to Brown. Out top, Mansell attacks down low. Little windmill move. Fouled. And it looks like he's headed to the free throw line to shoot 2 shots. The official tells us that foul called here on iSchool. Chiakpo. First of the fourth quarters. We'll get all that updated for you here. And to the free throw line is Mansell. 2 shoot, 2 shots with the clock stopped. First one up, good by Mansell. Did a little switcheroo on the big men down low. Only one guy in there for Wasatch Academy, and Augustine on the rebound, so they want to make sure they get him boxed out well. Second one up is no good. Augustine kept it alive and got it to the man anyway. He fought through that double team. Dribble drive in. Mobley Jr. with a little teardrop runner and a 20-point lead now for the Tigers. Their depth is really starting to show through. Depth of talent, that is. Not necessarily total number of bodies in uniform here today, just 7, but depth of talent for the squad is now Mobley Jr. will be called for the foul. And it'll be ball out of bounds to iSchool on the sideline here. 6:13 to play in the contest. Inbounds pass, little pushing back and forth, but getting out of there is Jalen Lawwell, the 6'3 junior for the Cougars. He's a young man that already has an offer from UC Riverside, and as you've seen today, his talent will garner what I would expect to be a lot more looks. As another ball knocked out of bounds. No foul here, just a inbounds play coming for the Cougars. 5:59 left. As Lawwell has it. Trying to get it back now as he just can't get free of the defender. Is Newly playing the tough D on him. Dribble drive in. Blocked out of there by Augustine with the big swat from the baseline. Let's take a look at that again on the Northwestern Mutual Instant Replay. See a little drive in here, and look out, the long arm of the law in Augustine with the block, and now we'll get a turnover as Augustine knocked it off of the man out of bounds. So very active defensively is Equi Augustine, the 6'10 junior for Wasatch Academy. And the Tigers have the basketball up 20. Now a near turnovers. Augustine kind of got a pass toward his shins, and they'll say he does lose it out on the baseline as Malik Diallo on the sideline was trying to tell the referee, I think he got hit on the arm. It's like an assistant coach today is Diallo. We'll get a little stoppage for another shoe tying here near midcourt. And it looks like both shoes have been looped, swooped, and pulled. And we're back to action here as Lawwell will bring it up for iSchool. Works a pass across to his teammate in Carter. Carter looks to create. Can't find much of an opening there. Dangerous pass. Now Augustine. He was kind of going for the steal. He and Lawwell collide. Lawwell stands about 6'3". Augustine stands about 6'10", and Augustine reaches down and picks him up. So sorry about that, pal. I was going to go for a steal and try to rip the rim off of the other end, but instead it's a foul. Carter with it. Gets it out top to Taylor Franklin. Adam McNeely on the left wing with 5:10 to play. Still plenty of time on the shot clock here. Spin move inside. Kicks to the wing. Quick pass goes to the open man, and Carter for three, no good. As Romeo Carter's shot goes begging, and the rebound down to Wasatch Academy. Mobley Jr. into the front court, two-man seal for three. He looks to the bench to let him know how many that one was worth, and it makes it 71-48. Quick pull up the other way. Lawwell, no good. Rebound is knocked loose, and Trent Lentz trying to run it down. They'll say he stepped on the baseline, and it heads the other direction to Wasatch Academy. Tigers up big here in the fourth quarter, and we'll get a timeout by iSchool of Lewisville. We pause as well on the Adams Network timeout. 4:43 to play in the contest. It's 71-48, Wasatch on top.
Game Masters is your headquarters for all your hunting gear. We have more than just camo hunting attire. Come check out our casual lines of Sitka, Under Armour, North Face, Columbia, Drake, and more. Pursue your prey with these off-road Quiet Cat bikes from Game Masters. Easy to transport and perfect for your next hunting adventure. Game Masters, we're passionate about the outdoors.
I like hard work. I mean, I kind of was raised that way. You really do make a difference. You're helping ship out food to feed people. Someone's got to do it, and I don't mind doing the hard work of it, you know. That gives me meaning, and I do go home rewarded. Every time I drop off a pallet, it's kind of corny, but I look back at it with a sense of pride. I'm like, yep, I built that. It looks awesome, and then I just drive away. I love it. When my life needed meaning, I chose Doc.
Back to live action, 4:43 to play in the contest as iSchool took the timeout. They find themselves down big here to Wasatch Academy. No shame in that. This is the number 14th ranked team in the nation, according to the newest ESPN poll. And a close game at halftime, a 10-point contest has just kind of gotten pulled apart here in the second half, and now a drive in by Mobley Jr., and he has it knocked out of bounds, and they'll say it was actually last touched by him, so a turnover on the Tigers. 4:30 to play in this contest. Lawwell with it. Dribble drive in. Little fadeaway jump shot is off the mark. Rebound put back. Lentz is up and in for 2. Trent Lentz with a bucket to make it 71-50. John Mobley Jr. has done the bulk of the ball handling for Wasatch Academy. Out to Chris Newley from distance. Knocks it home. Man, I'm telling you, this kid can do it all. Can Newley. Right side shot fake. McNeely, dribble drive in. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Mobley Jr. Chris Newley is a very talented young man, 6'7 junior, 36th ranked player in the class of 2025. Already has offers from Ohio State, UCLA, Louisville, St. John's, and more, just to name a few. He'll have some decisions to make here. And what a nice opportunity for him. And he's going to be a good player for somebody at the next level as well, but still just a junior. High ceiling for this young man. Here's Lawwell for a 3. His shot a little short now. And Fisher-Brown the rebound for Wasatch Academy. Slowing it down a little bit, Will Mobley Jr. with 3:28 left. His team up by 24 points. Brown, top of the key. 3. Bang! It goes again. Not letting their foot off the gas is Wasatch Academy. Of course, only 2 substitutes on the bench, so you can't really do a lot of substituting late in this contest. As I say that, then Anthony Newley Jr. pops up off the bench. He's going to check in on the next dead ball. Here's a ball knocked into the backcourt, run down by McNeely. Ooh, dangerous pass here. And a foul going to be called on Chris Newley. Newley whistled for the foul, his second, team third. Anthony Newley Jr. into the contest. Sits down Chris Newley. As he comes to the bench, Malik Diallo puts the crown on his head and says, "Good game, King." And he has had a good one here for Wasatch Academy. Here's a ball now stolen away by Mobley Jr. Kept it alive for his teammate. Look out! As Mansell puts it in for 2. 79-50 the score with 2:42 to play. Out front with the basketball for iSchool is Taylor Franklin. Works it on the right side to McNeely. Shot inside, kind of off balance as he got his ankle stepped on there. Ball tipped around, and here it comes the other way. Mobley Jr. with the left hand off the glass and in for 2. John Mobley Jr. with another bucket and makes it 81-50. The advantage for the squad from Wasatch Academy. Here's a pass on the wing. 3 ball on the way up and good by McNeely as he knocks it down from distance. High school still working hard in this contest, but just too much Wasatch Academy here in this 2024 Quincy Shootout opener. Now Mobley Jr. hit a slick spot on the floor and will be fouled by one of the Cougars here. That foul going to be whistled on Lawwell. Just the second team foul, and some subs into the game for both squads. For Wasatch Academy, Diego Cabiro in for the first time, the 6-foot freshman. On the other side, we see sitting to the bench Romeo Carter. As back into the contest came Taylor Franklin. Brown with it out front, gets it to Mansell. Looks for the pass down low to Augustine, just no timing that time and couldn't get the slam down. Quickly the other way for the Cougars. Leave the ball down low, ball knocked out of bounds by Wasatch. No, they're actually going to call a foul here, I believe, on the Tigers. As Jim Whitfield tells us, that foul whistled against Augustine. So it'll be the fourth team foul. And in fact, they'll say 5th team foul. All right, we got off by 1 there. And they'll shoot 2 free throws now. 5th team foul in any quarter. Kind of matches the women's college game on the rules there. 1:45 to play in the contest and an 81-53 lead for Wasatch Academy. First one is up and good by Jalen Lawwell. He's had a good day for iSchool of Lewisville, just not enough. As Tice Trendade will check in. Excuse me, that's not Trice Trendade. Let's get to the other side. That's Frankie Chiakpo trying to check in, but he was coming in for the shooter. Shot no good, and Newley with the rebound. Gets it to Mansell on the bounce with 1:39 to play in this one. Pass to Brown, left side 3, lets it fly. It's an air ball, and the rebound out of bounds to the Cougars of iSchool. Now we'll see into the contest Frankie Chiakpo, the 6'4 junior. He'll sit down Lawwell, who had a good contest for his team. You can tell how hard that young man has worked. His jersey is just a little darker shade than everybody else, drenched in perspiration. He gives it all when he gets on the court. I like the way he plays. McNeely now works the pass down low to Ashton Taylor Franklin, and it's knocked out of bounds. Stays with the Cougars with 1:13 remaining. Pass on the wing goes to Taylor Franklin. Wolford now has this pass stolen away by Mansell. Mansell with a crossover, kicks to the wing. Here's Cabiro on his first shot of the day, no good. And we're under a minute left in regulation. If I remember back on the opening day a year ago, we saw 2 overtime games back-to-back here on the first night at Quincy High. And we might still do that, but not in this one. Here's the ball now poked free.
It was a long Friday night last year, Charlie. Long Friday night.
But long Friday nights at the gym beat long Friday nights at the office. Not that office. And now over and back going to be called, and a turnover on Wasatch Academy with 33.6 seconds remaining. Stay tuned for the Blessing Health System postgame show. We'll have some quick recap of this game, and we'll also name our player of the game. And then get set for the next contest. Link Academy and Faith Family.
Whew. That'll be fun.
My goodness.
Not bad for a 5:30 in the afternoon ball game.
Here's a shot put up on the baseline, no good for Wolford. And the rebound pulled down by Anthony Newley Jr. He'll bring it into the front court, showing off his dribbling skills now. And I believe, let's hold this one out. Nope. Cabero going to try the drive now. Shot put up by the freshman, no good. Rebound put back by Anthony Newley Jr. is good to make it 83-54, and that will be our final. Wasatch Academy gets the win in the opening game of this 2024 Quincy Shootout, 83-54 over iSchool of Louisville. We'll have final thoughts for you after this.
The heart is the hardest working muscle in your body. If something goes wrong with it, you need a medical team that works just as hard. You need Blessing Health's open heart surgery team, celebrating 20 years of delivering life-saving care to tri-state residents. Patients and families choose Blessing Health's open heart surgery team for its experience, quality, and heartwarming compassion. Get the most out of your hard-working heart.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Sheila Davidsmeyer today. Her office is located at 311 West Washington in Pittsfield, Illinois, or visit SheilaDavidsmeyer.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Adams County area Edward Jones financial advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Back with you on the Blessing Health System postgame show. Final score in this contest, Wasatch Academy with the win, 83-54 over iSchool. A 10-point lead turned into a blowout in the second half, Brian, and Wasatch Academy really shows, I said necessarily not as far as numbers depth, but talent depth for this team is very deep.
Boy, oh boy, just shooters all around, Charlie, athletes all around, big men all around. There's nothing that this team really... I know they've got to have weak spots somewhere when they start to play some of this high elite talent, but man, when you just watch it in a short range situation like this, it's hard to find one. What a team.
It is an impressive squad. Time to name our player of the game, presented by Edward Jones financial advisor Derek Harris. Financial investments are important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, parents, and mentors. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Derek Harris is the proud sponsor of the Player of the Game on Central Illinois Sports. And how about the day from Chris Newley? Man, Brian, this young man can do it all. The 6'7 junior. We talked about the offers he already has to his name. Don't be surprised to watch that list get longer.
Yeah, like Max Shuckman said, he's got a lot of edge to him too, Charlie, and that really, beyond the talent, that's just one of those intangibles that you can't really get out of a basketball player like Chris Newley, just that deep edge and that real drive that he has that really pushes his team to the win.
Bottom of this one, Wasatch Academy 83, iSchool Lewisville 54.